Yo guys, VisionSGN here, bringing you more Marvel Rivals content. In today's video, I'll be breaking down the top 5 team-up abilities in the game right now, following the latest update, where I'll break down all of what I believe to be the best team-up abilities in the game and their combos, as well as explaining all of the reasons why, providing examples of each scenario, and also mention some of the lineups to go along with these team-ups. So, on that note, let's get right into it. So first things first, team up abilities are essentially key skills or passive bonuses which are activated when specific heroes are on the same team as one another. It involves an anchor hero who is the main character for this team up that enables the users or beneficiaries to gain an extra ability or passive, and typically consists of 2 to 3 players or 4 for the Fantastic Four scenario, where they gain a passive boost for healing benefits or damage output. Now, there are 17 team ups in this game. Each one adds another strategic layer of the dynamic to this game and the overall team compositions. Now, based on the impact and versatility, these team ups can influence a game significantly, especially considering how fast ultimates charge for some of these heroes based on the synergy between these heroes, or the link. Now, here are the top 5 team up abilities in the game right now as of the latest update. So coming in at number 5 is the Ammo Overload ability, which is the team up between Rocket Raccoon and both the Winter Soldier and the Punisher. Now, this team up ability is incredible and extremely powerful, as Rocket deploys a device which grants both the duelist an increased fire rate and infinite ammo for the duration of this ability. This typically results in both duelists applying an insane amount of damage that can shred through shields, eliminate healers whilst in their ultimates, and also melt vanguards. Now, when this ability is used, it can literally change the game. It's often best used in crucial moments where you need to win a wave of kills whilst enemy ultimates are being used left, right and centre, but also used to secure the objective. Now, for the team comp to go alongside this lineup, I would suggest having Doctor Strange as your main tank or your primary tank, and then a Cloak and Dagger for lock-ons and counter dives as your main healer. Now, as for the 6th hero, this can either be a third strategist to apply more heals, such as maybe Luna or Invisible Woman, which will then allow Rocket to be more support and damage focused, or you can have a second tank, someone capable at diving and sustaining, and seeing as you'll only have 2 supports, with Rocket being slightly less effective at healing, therefore heals won't be as effective, it would make sense to have someone more sustainable. He is obviously a good healer, Rocket, but he's not quite the same as the others mentioned, and seeing as this roster lacks diving and brawling potential, and with Strange as the main tank, I would then just pair him with the likes of either Hulk to gain the team up, or maybe even Thor. Now, coming in at number 4 is the Chilling Charisma team-up ability, which becomes active when Luna Snow is paired with the likes of Namor or Jeff. She empowers both Namor and Jeff with ice energy, and Namor gains an extra octopus that fires icicles that slows enemies, whilst Jeff gains a secondary ability that creates ice puddles that slow enemies. Now, this team-up is incredibly powerful, and it allows both Namor and Jeff to excel at preventing dive heroes, being effective at slowing them down, and with Luna's increased healing passive bonus, which can be used to increase her healing for her team-ups, making her more effective, and also allows her to gain her ultimate ability faster. Now, having the 3 of these heroes on the same team allows Jeff's ultimate to charge even faster, and combined with this team-up slowing effect, makes it one of the best and most effective crowd control and objective pressure abilities in the game. Now, for this lineup, I would simply suggest adding the likes of Penny, Venom, and Spider-Man, as this gives the team a good balance from having damage to healing, excelling at diving and crowd control, but also having a counter dive setup with plenty of mobility. Now, coming in at number 3 is the Ragnarok Rebirth team-up ability, which consists of Hela, Thor, and Loki. Now, for this lineup, Hela is the anchor, and when she eliminates an enemy, she instantly revives the likes of Thor or Loki if they are also eliminated or in the death screen, or if they're still alive, they gain a bonus health of 100 health. Now, this is a powerhouse of team-up ability in my opinion, with Hela's insane damage, combined with Thor's diving and brawling capabilities, and Loki's entire arsenal of abilities to stay alive. This makes for an extremely effective team-up, which has an almost high-risk, high-reward synergy, but when it's in a synchronized and coordinated team, this team-up ability thrives, and within this lineup, I would probably pair the likes of the Asgardians with Captain America and Storm for their team-up ability, but then also for an aerial expert and an additional brawling style hero who can dive, such as Cap, which will alleviate pressure from Hela and allow her to snipe and thrive. Now, as for the 6th hero, I would probably use Cloak and Dagger for the lock-on and counter dive capabilities, and also maybe consider Mantis for her sleep and stun abilities if needed. But of course, the priority of this setup and this team up ability is to keep Hela alive, as she will constantly keep applying bonus health for the likes of Loki, who can then keep up the rest of the team, and of course Thor, who will sustain really well and just stay alive forever with his 925 maximum health when he has the likes of Hela working with him, eliminating enemies, and this team up works really well. Now, coming in at number 2 is the Guardian Revival team up ability, where Adam Warlock is the anchor in this setup and shares his regenerative cocoon ability with both Mantis and Star-Lord, which allows them to revive themselves once they die. In this team up, which can only be activated every 120 seconds, they are able to move around the map in a spiritual form, moving their soul to a safe spot and then cocooning back to life. This is probably one of the most clutch abilities in the game right now, which allows for continuous sustained pressure on the objectives, and in this meta as of right now, in the higher ranks of competitive, it's used a lot and probably the most viable setup to be using right now, and what I see most often when I'm looking at competitive videos and watching some gameplay. Now, for this lineup, I would suggest pairing these 3 heroes with another support to form a 3 strategist team, and I would then consider Rocket for his damage buff capabilities and secondary healing, but also then pairing him with Groot as your primary tank to gain their team up ability, whilst also having Groot as the main tank and Waller. And then as for the 6th hero, I'd probably add in the likes of Thor to form the Asgardians of the Galaxy cool team up, to add a diving style and brawling style hero in this lineup with great sustain and mobility, and would make for a really fun team to try out and allow this team up ability to thrive. And if you don't want a second tank or you don't need diving, then probably just add in the likes of Punisher or Winter Soldier to allow Rocket to also give them the team up and then add a bit more range damage. Now, coming in at number 1 as the best team up ability in the game, this has to be the Gamma Boost team up, which consists of Hulk being the anchor and Iron Man and Doctor Strange as the beneficiaries of this ability. Now, this is where Hulk infuses Iron Man and Doctor Strange with gamma radiation, which effectively supercharges their abilities, making them more powerful. Iron Man's armor overdrive becomes significantly more powerful, which melts enemies using both his Unibeam and his Repulsor Blast, and also Doctor Strange, his Maelstrom of Madness ability, gains a crazy damage boost, and when fully charged, deals this devastating final blow. And in my opinion, this is the best team ability in the game, not only because it increases the damage output for Strange and Iron Man, but with Hulk's ultimate charge rate being quicker with this trio, it's more effective, and that is why Hulk is often banned at the higher levels in competitive due to this reason. And when he's not banned, this is a meta-defining combo that will just punish other teams, and it's extremely fun to use. And then as for the team's lineup that you'd pair alongside these 3, seeing as Wolverine is a counter who causes issues for the likes of Hulk and Strange, I would consider probably using Namor to then counter him. As I mentioned in this video, his abilities are perfect for this. Now, as for the main healer, I would then use Luna for her team up with Namor, but also with her 2-way healing abilities, which are more effective for the likes of Hulk and Iron Man. Seeing as they're harder to track and not always next to the healers, they'll benefit more from this. And then as for the 6th character, I would use the likes of Cloak and Dagger for the lock-on, or Mantis for her damage boosting capabilities. Now, there you have it. That's the 5 best team up abilities in the game as of right now, following the latest Season 1.5 update, but also my recommended team comps to go alongside with it, which I wanted to mention, as I think it's important you consider your full team lineup when you're trying these team ups, as you could find an imbalance at times if you experiment with them, and you can get the wrong lineup and then you won't find any real consistency. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, as it massively helps me out, and let me know down below if you have any alterations that you'd make to this lineup. I'm Visionist Jin, and I'll see you in the next one.